that was tough, but I mean, you go through that kind of stuff as a virgin student, but I mean, it's okay. So many people go through that, and it's just like knowing that like you're not the only one, and like people are here to help you. But yeah, so going to like the happiest moment, I actually got my Aggie ring this November. So yeah, just I just want to show it off. I'm like geek 'em. It was so happy. Ah, gosh. My family came and visited, and it was actually pretty hectic. I literally was running on 3 hours of sleep. I had an exam that morning. I turned in an exam, like a project at like 3 a.m. It was like a whole thing. But I don't know. I was just so excited. Like it was just like I had never really got presents like for Christmas, but this felt like Christmas morning, and like you're just like yeah, like oh my god, like I'm finally getting this. And I was just like so happy that like my hard work was finally gonna get to be shown. Like even though it's just a ring, like it symbolizes like so much, and like having my family be part of that was one of the biggest things. Unfortunately, like my mom couldn't be here because of the immigration laws, and like it made me so sad. And like as a freshman, I knew that that was going to be a thing later on. But she did end up making me my Aggie ring dress from scratch, and I loved it. I like tweeted it, like, and so many people like were retweeting it, and they loved it, and I got so many compliments from it, and it just made me feel like, even though like these laws are put in place, like they can never separate me from my mom, and like I will keep succeeding, and like even though she can't be here, she is like and it just made me feel like damn, like we are here to stay, we're gonna keep succeeding, like I don't care, like these laws can be put in place, but I am here to stay, like damn, like my mom was so proud, and like even though she wasn't there, like I know that she's proud. So
So what is your goal after graduation?
after graduation, I want to go to grad school. Um, and I do want to work with like psychology, and so what I want to do is like help people like myself, like who are at risk for these kind of like obstacles, like help first generation like students succeed later on in the future, so that way like they have like somebody there put in place to like help them along the way. And like I said, like Mr. O'Neill was one of those people for me. And so later on, I want to be that person for somebody else. And so I want to help students like with resources such as like mental health, or exercise, and just knowing the resources that they have, and like not being afraid to just kind of go into a place where they feel like they don't belong and making it theirs. And that's just one of the biggest things, because we do lack a little bit of our diversity in this university, and like I want to come back and like help with that, because a lot of the times like in high school we had a lot of like like for me when I got in, I was so happy, but at the same time so many people have some like some basically they like will say things about the university. We have like some negative like feedback on it, and it's just like me personally, like yes, we do lack diversity, but like there's people who are like literally pioneers like here in this university, and we're working to like increase the diversity and the resources and things like that, and I want to be part of that. Like that's just one of the biggest things, like making sure that the future like students have a place like that feels like home and know that they belong.
So what does it mean to you to be an Aggie?
For me, being an Aggie means to be selfless and just being the best version of yourself, helping others, uh, spreading like joy, and like just making others feel like they belong overall, because that's what we're here for. Like we have so many traditions that like make us go out and like socialize and things like that, and like we might have like issues, and like we have debates about like different things, but at the end of the day, like being Aggie means that like you're part of a family, and that for me is like the best thing that you can have, because like the Aggie network is so vast, and like you just know that like if you see somebody with an Aggie ring or things like that, you just like gotta like we have each other's back, and that's just like the biggest thing, because even if you don't know that person, if they're an Aggie, like, we're here for you. But yeah.
So what advice would you give a student who would be first gen and is coming to Texas A&M?
Advice that I would give to a first gen student coming here would definitely be to like believe in yourself, first of all, and not to let anybody else just kind of like play a part and just kind of like in swaying you from like your goals. Like if you want to do something, you go for it. Don't let like your lack of confidence like kind of gets through your head. Like you know that you belong here, you know that you can do things, and like you have dreams and you need to go for it. And that's one of the biggest things like I always emphasize, like no matter what, like no matter what anybody says, like you go for it, and like don't be afraid to just kind of like jump in and like take risks. And yeah, and obviously like if you fail, like just get back up and keep going.
Awesome. And is there anything that I didn't include, like any question or anything that you want to add to the interview?
Not really, except for the fact that I do want to plug in that I have a YouTube channel that I started for first gen students, and I only have 2 videos for now, but the first one is just like kind of like my experience here at A&M, and then the second one is like for registration, and I do have other videos that I will be uploading on like mental health, like resources here, things that like first gen students usually don't know before coming in, or like even if you're here, you probably don't realize until like you're older or more into the university. But other than that, like if you're thinking of applying here, like just do it. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Thank you so much.